Good morning. It's a beautiful day here in McAllen. It's a clear day. It's cool. I'm walking to the gym. Yesterday I was in goal setting mode and like 3.0. I've done New Year's resolutions before and I've just written them down. Next thing you know, they all happened, right? And amazing things. Didn't look at it one time, but I know, me and Pastor Mike Caballero were talking last night about, things. God just makes things happen for you, right? Well, when you read the hard parts of the Bible, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, that's all about planning, right? And details. And Moses recounts going up to Mount Sinai to get the tablets 14 times. Talks the minute details of building the Ark of the Covenant and the tabernacle over and over again. And then David and Solomon they do the same thing. They plan, the temple, building the temple, and there's a lot of planning going on, and it's like, okay, you get these two philosophies of one is just faith, the other one is taking charge and planning your success. Well, they say whatever you focus on becomes your God. Whatever you're focusing on that's other than God takes away from God. Well, but if you put God in your plans, all right, then you got the ultimate power of the universe working for you, okay? And that's the deal, right? So, and then when you go and you do these, I take my Facebook Live and I'll download it and throw it up on my YouTube feed, and there's an algorithm that Google's got that puts like-minded speakers, people talk about the same topic that you are, on your feed. So yesterday, I find Mike Divine, SEAL Fit Guru. He graduated class 170. I was class 141. I met him one time. He was an officer. He was an accountant before he went in SEAL teams. That's kind of funny. And but it makes sense seeing where he's at now, right? And he's working out with these muscleheads. It was quite a long video, but they're talking and working out, talking about the workout. It's kind of funny. But he talks a lot about doing those things that are uncomfortable. Like going. I got to go through Hell Week twice. I remember I grew up in northern Michigan. I've been cold. I wasn't afraid of being cold. I wasn't afraid of being up long hours. I wasn't afraid of working out hard, right? But man, that first Hell Week took the wind out of me. And I was colder than I've ever been in my life because they keep you in the water all the time. And I wasn't eating. I was sucking down coffee and hot chocolate, trying to stay warm, not understanding that, it's that carbs, burning in your body that give you warmth. And I went from like 155 to 128 pounds in a week and ended up with pneumonia. And of course, my performance dropped off significantly, and I got dropped from training. And I had to reapply 7 times, got back in 20 months later. But I did it different second time. I was 128 pounds when I got into training. By the time Hell Week got around, I was 140. I stayed 140 all the way through Hell Week, and I ate non-stop during Hell Week. Learned a little bit teaching heat stress lectures and nutrition classes to Navy pilots and air crewmen. And then during that time, it's kind of interesting as I'll come back around here. I had a student. He was going through AOCS. His name was Steve Clark, and he was a wrestler, a very competitive wrestler. But he had broken his elbow, his right elbow. He couldn't straighten it out, so he was like no good throwing a straight right hand. So I taught him to fight southpaw and throw a right hook, and he fought in the battalion smoker, and he knocked his guy out in like the first minute with that. Turned on him how to draw circles with that left hook, or that right hook, and he knocked this guy out first round. And then after, waiting for AI, he was on hold, and he was a walk-on to the all-Navy wrestling team. And I'd see him. He's kind of like the captain, one of the co-captains of the team. And I'd go there and I'd get the heavy bag and to the base gym, and I'd see him get all the guys in a racquetball court and turn the lights down and do a mass hypnosis, get them to think themselves through their next match. So then when I go back to SEAL training, me and Cyril Galindo, that's how I know Mike Devine. They were both SEAL Team 3 together. And we were going to the Safeway or Winn-Dixie, I can't remember, and picking up last minute stuff the day before actual training starts. And I saw this self-hypnosis tape sitting in the, by the cash register, and I bought it. And it was Dennis Waitley, and we would listen to that thing every night. And every night, as I was falling asleep, I'd think myself through the obstacle course. And I was one of the fastest guys in the obstacle course all the way through training. Well, the first time I was in training, I couldn't even pass the obstacle course. And so there's all kinds of things that I gotta implement in to be productive in my life. And I got my own self-hypnosis video I did reading that book, All Words Have Power. Lady's last name that wrote it is Oswald, Yvonne Oswald, and so she gives you a script, right? So I got my own voice, putting myself to sleep every night. But while I was reading the scriptures, guess what I thought about? I went to sleep. I thought about the scriptures I read the day before. So I've been reading scriptures since the eve of Christmas Eve, after I finished reading Revelations. But I've been listening to these rabbis talking about the Kabbalah, and it's they don't mention Jesus, but this was like the Kabbalah started. When I first started talking about 1947, I'm like, that isn't long. Well, it was 1947 BC. Abraham started doing this, right? And but he didn't have it together like Jesus did, right? And I like what was, they talk about getting yourself out of the way, being, take all your selfishness out of every decision and everything that you do, and focus on, the greatest good, the like in real estate, they talk about property, the highest and best value usage of a commercial property, right? Well, you got to think that way about everything that you do. And the only one that did that was Jesus. Everybody else when they either put their selfish need first, that's when everything fell apart. Or somebody else's, like Sarah, right? And it's so crazy because your own selfish needs, it's like your selfishness works against you. Isn't that interesting? You know? So I'm thinking about the valley. What can I do? Where the highest and best good for the Rio Grande Valley? And what I see a lot of is scarcity thinking. But I got allies. And one of them is Luisa Montalvo. And she did everything right and came in runner-up in the Toastmasters International Speech Contest and elevated herself like 10 stories doing that. And then you can see videos on YouTube, somebody critiquing her, like she did everything against the grain. Everything wasn't totally kosher the way that they expect the winner to do, right? And they got this Pathways program in Toastmasters now, and it's really just, if you follow it to the T, it's really leadership and organization, everything for Toastmasters. But I'm in that phase right now of time management, which is perfect for my business. And so it's like things are lined up for me and I know where it's coming from. All right, have a wonderful day.